Welcome back to JNY Cards, where we are going to be enjoying this amazing hobby together. Today we're going to be covering 3 topics here. So we're going to do a quick channel update. I'm going to show you guys what I'm submitting to PSA, and then I'm going to show you guys what I just got back from PSA. So before we get to all that, I just wanted to say thanks to everybody who has recently subscribed to my channel. I greatly appreciate it. It means a lot to me. And since my last video where I opened up that Topps Chrome Update Sapphire, those 2 hobby boxes, I've gained about, I don't know, maybe like 25, 30 subscribers. So I've blown past the 575 subs mark and the 600 subscribers mark. So I'm going to be giving away these 2 blaster boxes very soon. And then once I hit 625 subscribers, I'm going to be giving away this fat pack of 2021-22 Donruss basketball. So if you're interested in this stuff and future giveaways, please feel free to subscribe. That's all you got to do is you just have to subscribe and be a public subscriber, and you'll automatically be entered in to win. So, all right. So first, the channel update. So as you all can tell, I've been cutting back on how many videos I've been making. I used to make like 5 to 7 videos a week, sometimes 2 videos a day, but I'm going to be cutting that back big time. I'm going to be doing about 2 to 3 videos a week. And I'm doing that for 5 main reasons. First of all, I'm going to be looking for full-time work on top of my part-time job. And so currently I have 2 part-time jobs. And so I'm going to be quitting one of those part-time jobs, and I'm going to be doing a full-time job and one of my other part-time jobs. And so I won't have as much free time as I used to have. And then the second main reason is because my daughter, my youngest daughter, she was actually born deaf in both ears. And she's getting older now. She's in 1st grade. She's still a little behind on her speech and hearing and her writing and listening skills, but she's getting much better. And so my wife and I are kind of made the decision, you know what, she's kind of getting better and we have less to worry about her. And so I'm going to be looking for full-time work and taking her out of certain therapy sessions and seeing certain specialists, because now that she's in school, she's kind of getting that through the school, and the school is kind of saying she's doing good, she's doing fine, no need to worry about what we're doing, let's just keep doing what we're doing and she'll be fine. So the third reason is I have a bunch of cards that I need to go through and grade. Maybe I'll do a quick short on all of those cards that I need to pre-grade and get sent out to PSA and sold. The 4th reason is I have a lot of inventory right now, and I need to open up that inventory, and I just keep buying stuff and I'm not opening it up. And so I need to so right now I'm just buying faster than I'm ripping. So I'm gonna slow down and try to buy less. All right. And the 5th reason is I want to make better videos for the channel as well. And so I want to improve on my editing. I want to make better thumbnails. I want to take your suggestions and implement them into the channel and the videos on the channel. So those are the 5 main reasons why I'm gonna be cutting back on how many videos I'm going to be making. I mean, I've been making I want to say maybe about 2 to 3 videos for like the past month and a half now. So it's not a huge surprise if you're a regular viewer of the channel. So awesome. Thank you guys so much for all of that. I know I've got all your support, and I don't want to disappoint any of you, so I'm going to keep trying hard to dedicate some more time to this channel and keep making great videos for you all. So let's jump to the PSA submission that I'm going to be doing. So I'm submitting these cards at $15 each, and this is before PSA did their $19 card price hike. And so I'm going to be submitting this Julio Rodriguez out of $4.99. I got a Cleo Watson. That's an image variation there. We've got a Seth Beer logo fractor, a Seth Beer, what is that called? X-Fractor, Vidal Brujan X-Fractor. I think Vidal's going to do good next year. We got Wander Franco Holiday, Pena Holiday, Alec Thomas Holiday, Patrick Wisdom Holiday. That's for my PC there. Stephen Kwan, 2 more Seiya Suzuki's. We got a Jose Miranda, actually 2 Jose Mirandas. We got a Bobby Witt debut. I like that card a lot. I think it's just cool because there's that photographer in the background, and like if you look at the ball, you can actually see like the autographs on the ball there. So I thought that's kind of cool. We've got Hunter Green debut, Shane Baz debut. We got a Reed Detmers debut, and we got Alec Bohm Future Stars. And this cool card here that's for my PSA as well. The Rivalry Love here with Juan Soto and Acuna there. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be submitting in. And I was able to get this submission in before the price hike. So I have about, usually after you submit the paperwork, you have about a month before PSA doesn't honor that paperwork anymore, and so I've still got a little time before that submission expires, and then I have to pay the full $19. So we'll put that right there for now. Let's see, I just want to make sure everything's still recording. Next, let's go over the PSA reveal here. I sent this in, I believe this was the, I don't know when I sent this in. Let me double check my numbers here. I believe this is for the, this was after the National and when they dropped all the prices down to $15. And so, yeah, so all of these cards are for $15 each. And we got a, I did okay in this submission in my opinion. So let's see what I got here. So first, we have this Mac Jones. I thought it was going to be a 10. But I must have been wrong because I got a 9 on it. So it is a little top heavy, right? And on the back, it is a little heavy on the left here. And I thought that would be fine to get a PSA 10, but I was wrong and they gave me a 9 on it. But that's okay. You know, Mac Jones, when I sent this in, Mac Jones was super hot. But now this is like a $25 card. So, all right. So next we've got Ryan Tannehill. This card, it had let me see, it had some back surface scratches on it. You know, sometimes with these Panini cards, Prism, Select, Mosaic, you see like a whole bunch of like little fine scratches on the back here. And even with like Kurt's Card Care wax and all that stuff, you can't get them off, right? And so I was like, you know, that's the only issue I saw with the card. And I thought it was gonna get a 10, but it got a 9. And I guess, I don't know, looking at it, I guess it is a little OC, a little heavier on the left and maybe a little heavier on the top. And so maybe that's why I got that mint 9. So, all right. But in that card, I don't know, I couldn't find any comps, but that card's going for like $25. All right, next we've got this Jamar Chase Optic Green Velocity rated rookie. You know, this card I also thought had like no issues. I mean, it was a little off center, and I thought the corners looked really sharp on it too. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not too sure what I missed on this card here. So maybe it's a little bottom heavy on the back here. I'm not too sure. This card, it's a big mystery to me. I might resubmit it, but we'll see what happens. So I thought I was gonna get a 10, and it came back as a 9. This card is a 9. It's about $30 as well. All right, so let me scoot everything up here. And let me keep going here. Next, we got a turbocharged Kyle Pitts. I think he messed up his knee halfway through the season, and I don't even know if he's gonna be back next season, but we'll see what happens. He might be back halfway through next season. But yeah, this card, Select Football, was pretty hard for me to find 10s on. A lot of the base cards and the parallels I got, they just weren't PSA 10s in my opinion. But I did find this turbocharged, and I thought it was pretty good, and I thought I was going to get a 10, and it did get a 10. But like I said, Kyle Pitts isn't super high. He's not super desirable at the moment, and so this card is probably like a $20 card. I couldn't find any comps for it. So, all right, next we've got Mr. Zach Wilson here. I couldn't find any issues with this card except that it was maybe off-centered, like heavy on the left, a little heavy on the top there. Same thing with the back here, a little heavy on the top and a little heavy on the right here. And I thought it was going to be a 10, but I actually got a 9. This card is again, it's also a big mystery to me as to why it got a 9. But, you know, it is what it is, and we'll see if he's ever going to start again in the league. So this card, couldn't find any comps, but it's probably like a $20 card. So next we've got a Trey Lance. Trey Lance certified, select certified. Oh, I'm sorry, it's Panini Select certified rookies. Trevor Lawrence card. Again, like with Select Football, the base cards, I couldn't find any that were grade worthy, but I found a lot of inserts that were grade worthy. And so this Trey Lance, I thought it was a solid 10 candidate, and it came back as a 9. And so this Trey Lance, where is it? This Trey Lance, it's probably like a $20 card. But now that I look at it more, it is heavy on the right here. So maybe that's kind of what dinged it. I mean, there's some small like little surface issues too, but nothing too bad. And so, but we'll see. You know, with Trey Lance, I got another one of his cards. You know, we'll see if he's even going to be like the starting quarterback next year. I mean, Brock Purdy, he's kind of doing okay. I mean, they won today against, who they play against? They beat the Cowboys today. But I mean, he didn't have like a super impressive game either. You know, so I mean, we'll see kind of what happens next year. But yeah, we got this Trey Lance 2021 Chronicles Clear Vision card. And these acetate cards are hard to grade. Let me see. So I noticed that there were some surface issues on it. Just some minor surface issues. And the back top left and bottom right corners were a little white. Like that corner was a little white. And this corner down here was a little white. And so I thought this was probably going to be a 9 or a 10. I kind of sent it in as like a test for myself to kind of see what PSA views as a 9 or a 10 with these acetate cards. And so if it came back as a 9, I would have been like, yeah, that's fine. That's kind of what I expected. But it came back as a 10. So that's pretty nice. This card's only like a $25 card. But who knows? If he does well next year, it might be worth more. All right. Let's keep going here. Next, like I said, I couldn't find a lot of Select base cards that were PSA grading candidates, but I found a lot of inserts from Select. And so we've got here 2021 Select certified rookies Trevor Lawrence insert here. This card, I couldn't find any issues with it. I mean, now that I look at it, I kind of wonder if it is a little heavy on the right side, and there were some small surface issues on it, like a dimple here and a little divot there, but nothing too bad. I thought it was gonna be, yeah, I thought it was a 10 when I sent it in, and it came back as a 10. So that's awesome. This card actually just sold on eBay for $80. I'll put a picture of its of the actual card there being sold on eBay. But yeah, it just sold for $80. Not too bad. Okay, and the next is my only basketball card that I sent in. It's I didn't open up too much Prism basketball, but Prism basketball was rough. Prism football was rough too. I'm trying to just pull the right cards, and then when you pull the right cards, just trying to find cards that were grading candidates. It was really hard this year for Panini products. And so out of all the Prism basketball I opened up, this is the only card that I thought was a grading candidate. And thankfully it was a Scotty Barnes, but unfortunately it's just an insert. And so this Barnes, I thought it was going to be a 10, but at the same time, I never know. You never know with a card, with Panini cards, if there's like issues with it or not. But I thought it was going to be a 10, and I sent it in, and thankfully I got a 10. This card's not worth too much. It's only like a $20 card, but still, I'll take it. So let me see here. Let me put a couple cards up on the stand here, and we'll keep going. Where's that Trevor Lawrence? Right here. That card's sold, and since I only got one basketball card, I'll put that up as well. So I'll slide that to the side here, and we'll go to the baseball stuff here. So this Seiya, I got two Seiya Suzukis, and they both got 10s, right? This one right here, it had like a dimple on the back somewhere around here. Maybe it was up here, but you know, besides that, I couldn't find any issues with it. And so this one got a 10. This card I'm gonna keep. That's why it's in a different plastic protective sleeve here. But yeah, I'm gonna keep that Seiya Suzuki for my PC. And this one got a 10. Like I said earlier, there's no major issues with it. There's a couple of dimples on it. You know, it's a little OC, but I mean, it's fine. This is like a $30 card, so I'm a Cubs fan, so I'm super happy for those Suzukis. Okay, so next we've got a Bobby Witt base here. So this Bobby, it was a little OC, and there was on the back bottom corner there was a dimple. It's hard to see those dimples on once these cards get encased, but it's there somewhere. I saw it. But then besides those issues, I thought it was going to be a 10 candidate, and it did come back as a 10. And this card is also going into my PC. That's why it's in a PSA sleeve here. All right, so we'll keep going here. Like halfway through. So we got a Griffey here. This is a short print from 2022 update. Let me see. It had, the corners were a little soft, and it had on the front back right, on the front bottom right, there was like a print line. And on the back bottom corner, there was, back bottom left, there was a print line. So it's weird because there's like a print line around here and around here. And so I thought it was, you know, factoring all those things, I knew it was going to get a 9, and it came back as a 9, which is fine. That's kind of what I expected. So it's a, you know, $25 card, not too bad at all. Okay, next is this O'Neal Cruz, and yeah, I could not find any issues with this card at all. I mean, I was kind of considering sending this to BGS, but then I mean, it is a slightly off-centered, but besides that, I could not find any issues at all with this card, and so I knew this card was going to get a 10. If it came back as a 9, I would have been completely shocked because I couldn't find anything wrong with it, and so in the end, it came back as a 10. So it's like a $45 card. All right, next is Julio Rodriguez from Bowman. It's from 2022, and it's an Aqua Refractor number to 225. And I thought this card was going to be a 9. And the reason is because it had a front center surface print line somewhere, a back surface print line, and a back bottom left corner was a little soft down here, this corner. And so with those things, I knew it was going to be a 9. There's no way it was going to be a 10, and it came back as a 9. Even as a 9, this Julio is still about a $40 card. All right, next we've got Bobby Witt. This is a Chrome Stars of MLB. Let me see. So this one, it had back bottom edge issues, and the centering's a little off. And so I sent this card kind of in as a test to kind of see like what would be a 9 or a 10 with PSA, because these cards are kind of, I don't know, they're a little tricky to grade, and so I thought it was going to be either a 9 or a 10. I think maybe like 75% chance that it was going to be a 10, and it came back as a 10, which is awesome. This card's about a $40 card. Okay, next we've got Brandon Marsh here. This is a Logo Fractor edition of Brandon Marsh, and I thought it was a beautiful card. Let me see. So I got back top surface scratch, front right edge surface, and front bottom left surface. So there might have been some surface scratches on this card, but then I guess they must have been minor enough where I'm like, I think it's still a 10 candidate, and it came back as a 10, which is cool. I'm hoping Brandon Marsh, he currently platoons center field with what's his name, Bryson Stott or Matt Vierling, I forget who it is, but he platoons center field. Hopefully he can capture that center field position. But this Brandon Marsh, it's about a $25 card. All right, next is a card that I'm really excited about. I was gonna PC this card, but I'm a Twins fan, so I don't really want it either. So yeah, this is a 2021 Topps Chrome update with Andres Jimenez as in a pink wave parallel. So it had some minor back surface scratches. So it was one of those weird cards where there's a bunch of minor scratches kind of going all across the card. But besides that, I couldn't find any issues with the card. I mean, besides it being just a little OC. And so I'm like, you know, it's got to be a 10. Hopefully it's a 10. And it came back as a 10, which is awesome. This card's about a $50 card. All right, next we've got a Brandon Marsh Stars of MLB update. This is from Topps Update. Yeah, this card is just a regular one. This is not a Chrome. And I kind of sent this one in to kind of test. Again, with these Stars of MLB, I've never graded them before, so I wanted to see how they actually grade and how PSA views them. And so this Brandon Marsh, I thought it was going to get a 9 because they had a back bottom left corner. Back bottom left corner was a little soft down here, and it was a little OC. But besides that, I couldn't find any other issues with it. Like the top corners were on the back were good. Usually those are white on most of these cards, and so I was like, you know, it's probably gonna get a 9 because I'm probably missing something. These cards are hard to grade, so I was like, it's probably gonna be a 9. But it came back as a 10, which is cool. This card's probably like a $25 card here. Couldn't find comps for it. All right, we have 3 more cards here. We got this beautiful card right here. It's a Garrett Cole from 2022 Topps Chrome logo Fractor edition. It's a green parallel number 2 to 99 here. This card, the only issues that I could find with it was that the back bottom right corner was a little soft. But besides that, I couldn't find anything else wrong with it. So I thought it was going to be a strong 10 candidate, and it came back as a 10. Again, no comps on this card, but it's probably like a $30, $40 card. 2 more cards here. We've got a Jarren Duran from, this is a Logo Fractor edition. The only issues I found with this card was that it was a little OC. And I couldn't, yeah, like I said, I thought it was a solid 10 candidate. I couldn't really see any other issues with this card. But it came back as a 9. So, I don't know, this card's probably only worth like, I don't know, 20 bucks. All right, and the last card right here, it's a beautiful Joe Ryan Logo Fractor edition card. This is just a regular base card. I couldn't find any issues with it except that the front bottom left corner was a little soft. And I thought it was a solid 10 candidate, and it was. And so this card actually just recently sold. I sold it on eBay for 45 bucks, and I thought that was a pretty fair deal for it, considering that it's the off season too. And so yeah, that's 45 bucks. All right, so with this submission, I was about 77.2% accurate. And when I say accurate, I mean like if I thought a card was gonna be a 9 and it got a 9 or a 10. Or if I thought it was going to be a 10, then it got a 10. So I was about 77.2% accurate, which isn't too bad considering that this is only my 3rd submission ever to PSA. And so that brings my lifetime accuracy rate to about 89.5, which is great, which is what I like. And so some of you guys are probably thinking, like, why would you send in PSA 9? And I only send it a card that I think is going to be a PSA 9 if it's worth the money. And some of you guys are probably thinking like, well, dude, why are you grading so many base cards? You're like adding to like junk wax era to this junk wax era. And I understand what you're trying to say, but for me, I don't have a lot of money to put into this hobby, and so I'm mainly opening up retail, and that's why I am grading base cards. Because if I can turn a $2 card into like a $30 card, and it only cost me 20 bucks to do so, I'm gonna do it. Because I mean, you compound that over like, you know, 1,000 cards over a year, you know, that's kind of how you make your money back in this hobby. So but yeah, you know, 89.5% lifetime accuracy rate, very happy about that. So 64% of the cards were PSA 10s, 36% were PSA 9s, and I've got about $700 worth of value here. Considering that these cards cost me about $330 to grade, and then I still got to sell these cards, 15%. I'm gonna take 15% off for like eBay fees and for shipping and everything. That leaves me with a profit of $265, which is, you know, I mean, it's not chump change. I mean, that can buy me a lot of retail wax. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sell everything except for these two PC cards here, the WIT and the Suzuki. And so feel free to check my eBay link below. Those cards should be up by now. So I know this was a long video, but I hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you learned something, and I hope I added some value to your day. All of you out there, please take care of yourself, and I'll see you all in the next video.